projectionist to complete adjustment of focus and sound level before the film begins.
This time it worked. I had to like shut everything down. All right, we're back, baby. Okay. YouTube is not having it at all. Do the quick waiting room here. Make that really quick. Start the fire up. Let's go. You got your warning screen. It's kind of weird. It looks like it looks like they updated Streamlabs. Maybe, I don't know. Let me see if I can figure this out right here. So bizarre. Oh, I can chat here. Like, I can't log in on Streamlabs to chat with you guys, but I can on... Okay. Can you guys see something right now or no? You still can't see anything? Can you guys see me right now by chance? Hello? Can you guys see me right now? It says like I don't see shit. You guys are hilarious. All right, hold on a second here. I got one quick thing I got to do. Got some music and some jams going on. We'll go there. Switch over there. We one quick second. I got to do some house clean, like technical producing stuff crap that I got to do here. Okay, automatically. Okay, save. Okay. We got a lot to talk about. Weekend's coming up. So strap in. It's gonna be we have to do this really hard and fast, or we'll be here for like 5 hours. And I am way behind. I am burning the midnight oil right here, and I'll likely do that through the weekend as well, so we're ready for next week. So we're gonna chat about that at some point. Let me just go through this and make sure we kick out all the spam bots and all that kind of stuff. Like all the right there. Save. Okay. Let me switch over here. So we're gonna look at SPOOs. We're gonna look at a bunch of other stuff too. We're gonna look at SPOOs really quick. Whoopsie. That's Bloomberg Radio. We don't want that. We got the Weeble chart and we got the trigger screen. So we're gonna look at this one right here. And talk about this one. Now, there is some cause for concern here. We got a bunch of stuff to talk about today. So we write this stuff down. We'll start here soon. We'll say hi real quick and say hi to everybody. But we're going to talk about the direction of the market. We're going to talk about direction of the market of the weekend. Of market into weekend. We're going to talk about down the road, what's showing itself. And then we're also going to talk about the website and some changes that are coming with that. And I got one more thing I want to talk about here. Hold on here. One more thing. Dude, I wrote his name down. M. Bazra, if you're here, or if you guys know M. Bazra, I think I unbanned him. Check. I don't know why he was banned. Could have been a mistake. I did check on M. Bazra, and he was unbanned, I believe, yesterday, the day before, from Discord. So if you know him. And then, dude, I wrote down the name of who had puts yesterday, and I had calls yesterday. I don't see it here, but I want his name because I was going to make a T-shirt that says he was right and I was wrong. But I don't see his name here. So I'll have to find it. I wrote his name down yesterday. So let's go to a talking directly to viewers. So I don't know who that guy was yesterday on the close that had puts. He probably got paid, right? Find out what his name is, because I'm going to make a T-shirt and wear it on stream and be like, Captain was way wrong and he was way right. I did end up selling last night, but I got torched anyways. I lost thousands of dollars. And I have calls for tomorrow. I've got some zero dates for tomorrow as well to try to make up those losses, the rest of those losses tomorrow if I can. So hi, everybody. How are y'all doing out there? How's everybody doing? Let's read through what you guys are saying in the chat. Good to see you. What's up? What's going on? Betting is open. We'll spy a hit for, I don't know what that is. That Streamlabs thing has got to go too. That thing is from 2 days ago. Hold on here. Polls. Back. View active poll complete. Trash that one. Confirm. Okay, so that one's gone now too. So let me read through the comments here. Let me see, make sure I'm getting YouTube, and I'm not getting YouTube comments again, man. What the fuck, dude? YouTube is all jacked up right now. YouTube is all jacked up right now. Hey, good to see you too, Sugas. How are you? Hey, Hail, what's up, Hail the Face? So you guys see my my hair's up right now too. You guys probably don't know me with my hair up in a bun. So I got my hair up in a bun right now. Oh, dude, right there, you got his name. Damon Garris. Now, I'm going to have a T-shirt made by, hopefully by Monday, to wear for him, because he beat me. Hold on a second here. 75, baby. Okay, so we're going to talk about what to expect into the weekend, and then we're going to talk about where the market is headed. We're going to look on a macro chart after that. Then we're going to talk also about what to expect in the upcoming week. You should see some quick major changes. So, just as a we'll start with this. The development that goes on in the background is not easy. It could be easy, but it's not. And it's like work, no results, and then we start to get some results, some breakthroughs, and it's like, all right, now hurry up. I don't know if any of you have been involved in development, and it's like hell. They call it development hell, and that's what we've been in, is development hell. So we'll get to that later on in the live stream and talk about development hell and where we are, and we have big changes coming. I want to warn you, we'll come back to it, but I want to warn you that you're going to see incongruity. Like, you're going to feel like this isn't my comfort zone. It might not be for you, that change that's coming, but it's been in the works now for over a year. I don't know if it's a year. I think it was December or October of last year. So we're coming up on a year. We're at like 10 or 11 months of development hell, and it has not been fun. It has been brutal, and the work that's unseen, it's hard when you know me only as a face on TV or your computer. You don't see the other side of everything that happens, and it sucks because I wish you could be there and you're not. And it's like, I want everybody to be there so they can experience the whole other side of this. And you basically just see me on a screen, right? And but the back end of all of this, and then of course we'll talk about that later. Let's get back to what's happening today. So, and tomorrow and into next week, the expectation of next week. I won't be live streaming in the morning with you because I have another meeting tonight from, I believe, 10 or 11 p.m. until 4 or 5 in the morning. These devs are in another country, 12 hours away, and I can only get so much done during my hours for them. And then when it comes to crunch time and we're go time, it's like, we got to do this, we got to do that, we got to do this, we got to do that. And it just happens. So, and we're not putting this off anymore. I've put this off for 3 years. So it's not put it off, but gotten to this point in 3 years. So for tomorrow and next week, we're gonna check the main screen here, or the trigger screen maybe. Let's go over to this one right here, and we're gonna check out where we are in the marketplace on just a short-term basis. Now, Yesterday we came back. Well, we knew earlier in the week that any major squeeze up, right, always comes back. So if you see a behaviorally on the trigger, right, behaviorally, you always want to see not this. You're not looking for that right there. You're actually looking for the break above, consolidation, right? Let the hourly catch back up, and then you go higher. And you allow the hourly, the 1 and the 5 minute to follow you up to the upside. Now, when you don't see that, and you see just a large squeeze off the daily trigger, right? If you see that squeeze, I want you to notice this here, right? And remember this because it's on the white paper. If you see the squeeze, it will normally be short-lived. Not always, but normally be short-lived. And we saw that, right? Became short-lived. And not only does it become short-lived, but you usually come back to recheck your daily to make sure that we do want to go higher. Now, along the way of that, what was the mission that buyers were on? I missed an I in there. That's a horrible looking mission. But the mission that buyers were on, the thesis was regain the daily trigger, right? And clear out these previous highs. Now, bulls do not have to clean out like this one right now, like this top one right here. There's no expectation. There's zero expectation that here that you recover the daily trigger. We failed. We recovered it, right? There's no expectation in here that you're going to take out this previous high. None. And every time you're down here trying to recover, there shouldn't be an expectation to go straight to that high. But you do have some expectations. And one of the first ones is going to be to come up here and not fail to at least erase all of this move. And that happened. We erased all of this. So that's a success right there, believe it or not. And you are going to expect sellers to step in right here. You understand? And that's what did happen, right? Sellers stepped in, rolled it back down. Oh, it's crazy, right? Hey, we're going to buy the dip again. Whoop, right? And we actually squeeze up higher, and we clean out the next heavy group of sellers right here, right? Major volatility in here. Do you see that? There's major volatility in here, and we cleaned all of those sellers out, right? So we took these sellers out right here. We took these sellers out right here, right? So that's positive. Check mark for the bulls. Check mark for the bulls, right? The next thing that you have happen is we do pull back and check to make sure that we are actually going to go to all-time highs. And what did not happen was we did not just race down to the depths of hell, right? We didn't blast down to 440 yesterday. We did not blast down to 440 today, right? And we have prior examples of if this is false. We know that in previous examples, whenever we go back to check a blast up on the daily trigger, right? Here's a beautiful example. We blast up, right? Woohoo, come on up here. We come back down and we get told no, right? Come back up. Hey, we want to be up here. No, right? Come back up here. Check it again. That looks familiar to you, doesn't it? We get up here and we check it one more time and then boom, we're off and running to the upside, right? And you can actually see another prior example of it right here, right? Come back above. Woo! Bounce, bounce, blast back through. Not good, right? Boom, straight down to the depths of hell. So right where we are right now in the marketplace, the bulls have something going for them. Now, we'll get into is that long-lived or not. We'll talk about, later on, we're going to talk about is this long-lived? Is this just doomed to fail this new high right here? Right? Come back down and we're off and running to the correction, the full correction, double top. You know, we fail to get up here, we get down there or something. We begin to roll back down. Right? We blast down there. So that's kind of a concern as well. There's another concern here too. And I want to show you that. This is an important one. Some of you probably see this. Some of you probably don't see this. But you've got this right here, right? You've got the you've got the inverse head and shoulders right here, right? Do you see it? And sellers want that breakdown here, right? So they get their break right here, right? And then you get the next failure right there, and you're off and running. Do you see that right there? So that is what sellers are looking for. They wanted it yesterday. They wanted it today. They didn't get it. They got one more day this week into next week to roll this down. And just on that same note right there, let's take a look at what sellers want to see. These sellers do not want to see price break above right here, right? They don't want to see that, right? They want to keep price down here to complete the inverse head and shoulders, come back up for the failure and down, right? Something just like that, right? Then all the way down to the depths of hell. You got your inverse head and shoulders up there. It's kind of an ugly one, but I already drew it out for you earlier, and then boom, straight down to the depths of hell. So it's kind of a critical moment here, at least for whether we're going to fail here and get double. Then you get the double top, right? You got double top here, cap, right? Now you got a double top. We roll back down over here. So bulls, we know saying that, right? You got the inverse head and shoulders. You got the double top forming right now, and you're going to have people say, hey, that's an inverse head and shoulders. It's waiting for completion. You're then going to have people say to you, you've then got the double top that failed to make a new high, and now you've got your 1 and your 2, and that means, whoop, down to the depths of hell, right? So what do bulls need to do? That answers the question for you, right? Bulls must get the new high. This is not good enough. They have to get up there and get that new high, even if it rolls over. They have to do that. Have the bulls lost this to make the inverse head and shoulders? No. Did the bulls lose this yesterday to get the inverse head and shoulders? No. Did they lose it today to get the inverse head and shoulders? No. They're still holding on. I don't know why they're still holding on, but they are, right? They haven't got it here. So the next opportunity, if we break higher, is for a seller to say, whoop, you failed the new high, you've got your double top, and we're back to being bearish again, right? It's kind of a key point here. Now, there is some risk here. There's something, if you're a seller or if you're a bear or a seller, which I'm becoming bearish, if you don't know that already out there. I'm already becoming bearish here. I don't like the time for the rest of the season, the time left for bulls to go to the upside. We're going to get into that in a minute on a higher time frame. And there's something else here that's of concern to me, and that is the velocity to the ups, or not upside, but this velocity here does not look good to me. It's still, I want to see it like, I want to see velocity go like this. I like seeing velocity. I like to see like this big yellow fat line down here, and then I like to see it curl back up like that declining bearishness down here. Okay, I like to see that because we're already down here. If we were up here right now, if we were already up here, I'd be liking that too. Like this, I'd be extremely bullish, and especially with this rounding down here, this thing right here, I would like that too. Maybe this is just maybe just starting to get up there right there. That would be great. So we don't have that right now. Bears still have a chance to sell this down. Still have a good chance of this due to this daily velocity. This is bearish velocity, not quite extremely bearish, but it is still bearish. So there's still cause for concern in the market of a rejection, or even go up and then reject and fail this and fucking trap bear or bulls to the downside. And what says that? Like this move here and down, this says that. This shows bullishness on a short-term basis, on a 1 minute, a half an hour, an hour, but not on the daily. So there is some concern that you'll get a rip on Friday and it'll die halfway through the day, and we'll sell the close on Friday. This daily here is concerning to me. Now, I do like the setup here for Friday due to this right here, and also this right here. You can actually see some of that right there. You can actually see moments where we actually had pretty decent, but then this one right here, I want to show you that one right there. This was set up, right, primed to go higher. And what was telling you otherwise that we're actually going to go down is the daily velo. So this right here is telling you that this here is false. You understand? So this is false because of the declining bullishness. It's showing distribution before it happens to the downside. So even right here, I'm not as believing right now in the bulls on strength, even if we break up tomorrow. I don't like seeing this. This is like a question mark for me, and it's not giving me what I want to be seeing. I want to be seeing declining. There's a little bit of decline here, but not really convincing enough for me. Lend the suspect eye to going up tomorrow. How long maybe it lasts, versus how long it lasts, and if it's sustainable or not. So just in tomorrow, just watching this right here. This is not a 1 minute. This is a half. This is a hour, and then we're just getting started down here in the downside. So just into tomorrow, we'll get rid of all this stuff here. You know that the bears don't want this, right? They don't want to change. They don't want anything getting above here. But even so, into tomorrow, I want you to pay attention. Into Friday on a short-term basis, I want you to pay attention to not those upper levels, but these ones right here. I want you to pay attention to this on Friday. And specifically, I want you to pay attention to 447.84 tomorrow. I don't want to see like a peter out. So if we go up tomorrow in the open, we blast higher and it's short-lived, comes right back down into this close. It's going to give me real cause for concern that this yellow line right here, or this yellow bottom, this velocity, is just getting started to the downside. If that's the case, and we have more down to go, it's going to get ugly. If you go into the weekend, into Friday, and then open up on Monday, and there's a firm rejection here, start rejecting this. The downside targets are brutal. We're going to get into where they actually are, but your first target, I'll give you 3 of them. You're going to tag that one. You're going to tag this one right here, and then you're likely going to break that one. So 430, somewhere down here would be your first target if there's any kind of failure. Down here, like 430, 429, something like that. And it's going to get uglier as time moves forward. You'll actually see some real nastiness. So bulls still holding on here. I'm losing the time. I got a real problem with time here for the actual upside move. If we're going to head higher, I think, did I delete that or something? Or I don't know what happened there. You're actually looking for, something like this in the Monday, right? Maybe some kind of big failure down here, and then up and up, and this looks like trash too. I'm gonna delete all this stuff. Doesn't look good, but you get the point, right? Hopefully you get the point in that. I guess bulls still alive. Bulls are in chapter 9 of a 10-chapter book. They're in chapter 9, and they're about halfway through their thesis. It doesn't look good. It's like all hope. It looks like all hope is lost for bulls for the end of the year here. To start to wrap it up for the year, it's not looking healthy here. So, general idea here is that there's some risk to the downside, and we're going to get into a higher time frame chart to discuss this thesis. Bulls are out of time. They don't have a lot of time left to continue to go higher to get that 472.0. They don't have the time left to get that 480. And is there any higher after that? And the year is running out. It's wrapping up. Another thing that I'm noticing is there's no liquidity in the options chain. So I'm actually seeing less participants in the marketplace, and that's cause for concern as well. Even if we were to hit 480 or 4720, you're not going to have a lot of people holding that up. So there'll be volatility following those targets. Even on that upside, you're going to get violent moves to the downside. It's not going to be sustainable even if that thesis holds itself up, just due to the fact that when we begin to deleverage the market, prices can go higher while the market is deleveraging, and they leave a major bag holder in their wake. I can show you examples of this, prior examples of this, if you want to see it real quick. I can actually show you how that shows itself. We'll look at that right now. Give me a quick second here. We'll take a look here. And remove one drawing. Give me one quick second. We'll look at that. I'll show you an example of that happening. Hold on one second here. No. Hold on one second here. 1 minute time frame, 1 day time frame. And I'm going to show you how that expresses itself right now in previous examples. And it's very important for you to see before it happens. So pay attention to this part of the video. And if you haven't already, give me one quick second here. What's going on with my screener here? My screener's kind of wonky here. So this is ES. We can look at SPX. Doesn't really matter. SPX, ES, SPY. It's all going to be kind of the same. But this is an important thing to see here and focus on, okay? I want you to understand this. You're going to need this. So as we were heading up in 2022, to the end of 2022, there was a warning. Okay, as we're heading up to the last part of 2022, there was a major warning underneath the market. And it's right here. We were topping out on weekly. We were topping out on monthly. We were topping out on quarterly. And we began a slow descent while prices were heading higher. So you can actually see right here, prices are squeezing higher, right? Squeezing. And yet there was a deleveraging going on in the marketplace. I want you to see this here. There was a major deleveraging going on, even though it was contradictory to where price was. So right now, if we were to look at SPY and where it is, right? Look at SPY at where it is right now. That is not going on, is it? We still have. Now, you don't pay attention to daily. That's not important to this chart. What is important is the weekly continuing to go up or is the weekly continuing to go down? That's an important question mark, right? And right now, the weekly is, believe it or not, going up, not down, right? We have one bad week here, but it's going up still, right? Still going up. We haven't completed this week yet either. Do we get the new high on this week? That's going to be an important answer to a question. But there is some concern here, and the concern lies in the monthly velocity over here. This is a concern right here. There has been continued, right, monthly velocity lowering, even though prices are going higher, right? So what is this telling me? It's telling me that on a weekly basis, we're still bullish to some extent. We still haven't gotten a higher bar or not over here, but we are still bullish. We're still in accumulation, right? So just by saying to you, hey, bulls are running out of time, on a weekly basis, we're still kind of bullish here. But in the background, there's something going on down here. We're de-risking on a monthly basis, even though prices are screaming higher. So that's telling you that even if we go up here to test all of this stuff, even if it's this one or this one over here, it should be short-lived. There should be a major sell point on that. And if we can't wrap up the month of September with some new highs, what does that tell you? It tells you that the monthly is forewarning you of that major rollover. So regardless if we go up, regardless if we roll over, the monthly velocity here is telling you that we're long in the tooth, right? That we're getting crispy. We're almost there for a roll in the marketplace to the downside. Okay, so now I want to tell you, I want to show you this here. I want to show you this specific. I want to key your mind in on this right here, right? Where we still have declining velocity on a monthly basis. And I want to draw your attention to, if we get that roll, how bad can it be? And there aren't too many examples of it. But lo and behold, what was an example of it? 2008 is an example of it. I want you to pay very close attention to this, okay? You've got the continued declining velocity here on the monthly. And we're seeing that right now. We're not seeing it in the weekly here, but you are seeing the decline as we get higher to this right here. And then we get a major bloodbath. And this is the part that I want you to look at here, is this, you see the peak in weekly, and it starts to impact. And this over here going negative is even worse. So if we begin to see right now declining weekly at any point, and monthly is already down here this low, there's a possibility that this wouldn't be an exact replica, but you might see, boom, this major move down right here. Does that make sense? If you pretend that this was 2020, excuse me, if you pretend that this was 2021, this is the down year of 2022, we come back up here, right, to this point, and we're right around there, right? We're right around that. If you start seeing weekly declining with the monthly declining, how ugly can it get? So let's look back on where we are currently right now, and that is where the real risk is, where we are right here with this velocity. If you begin to see weekly start to weaken and continue to weaken to get negative, and this stuff starts to get negative, it could be violent. You start going negative on monthly, you're talking about, and start getting negative on weekly, and it's like, boom, we're going down. Now, if we do make that down move in the marketplace and do not have continuation, if we don't save the monthly, so let's say we come down here, we roll this market over, and we don't bounce on this monthly here at 4,000, we start breaking through this and start heading lower. What are the targets? And right now, those targets stand at 35.10. Once we get there, I want you to see this. Your first target to the downside is going to be 35.10. Well, your first one's 4,000, 4,200. Then it's 4,000 right there. And your next target is right here, right on that white line right there, 35.10. This is where we'll be. So this purple line will go up there. And then your next target below that is going to be 28.34. So 35 and then 28.34. 4,000 must hold. And the scary part is we haven't tagged this white line in many, many moons, going all the way back to 2011, and then 2008, we actually got down to the gray line right over there. That's like, this is the 2008 price target. Let me just change this up. This is the 2008 price target, and then the other price target, if you wanted a 2008 style price target, it's now currently 2,067. The extreme downside expectation is 28.34. Currently, it'll likely be at 3,000 once we get to that target. Once we get there, 3,000 would be the actual target. So we'll go with 4,000. Excuse me, we're going to go with 41.10, 3,500, and then 3,000 for the low. If we do get a market crash, somewhere down here around this 3,000. So worst case scenario to the downside, 3,000. But it could come quick and fast, like start moving and start selling. So if you're a seller or if you're a bull, I want you to realize that, right? If we're going to tag this, if we fail, we're tagging that guaranteed. If we break through there, you're going to be looking for that 41.10, a break below that, maybe a relief rally there, and then come back down there and start checking out that 3,500. So there is some danger, is my point. There is some danger. Now, with saying all this down here, there are some prior examples when we're coming down to the zero line, and we have weekly is still good, and the quarterly is still growing. I want you to see this. The bulls have this on their side, right? And the bulls still have the weekly on their side. All they need to do is catch that monthly, like a nice hard bounce right here. And if we have a fall correction and we bounce at 41025, and that actually holds, we have examples in the past where we actually go crazy higher. So I'm going to show you those right now. And here's a prime example right here. Okay, you have the weekly rollover right here. You have the scary monthly weeklies. The quarterly is still rising, though. And so even if we were to have a breakdown in the fall, we actually take off and go crazy high into 2024. You can see it. Whoop, right to the moon, right? That's why you get your 6,000 and that kind of stuff. So whatever weakness shows its face in the fall in Q4, if you're a bull, you're going to be paying huge attention to, does that hold? Does this hold right here? If it does hold, and we go into the end of the year or the beginning of the year and start blasting up higher, anything like that, then you're not going to be worried. You're actually going to be extremely bullish. So currently, right now, if you're a bull, you need to hold 411329 for continuation to the upside. There are prior examples of that happening. If that does happen, you're going to expect the market to probably trade 6,000, believe it or not. I know 500 sounds crazy right now, but even 6,000, that would be on the table. Any kind of like hold here, and we are running, dude. It is not going to stop. So key level here for bulls, 4110. A retest of previous lows, still like a 40% chance of that happening. Maybe 50% chance of us still retesting this prior low down here. And then, of course, like a 15% chance of actually heading down here and tagging 3,000. Like 15% or less, about 5 to 15% chance we actually make it that low. So back to what the expectations are here for tomorrow and into next week. So let's do that. Let's draw that out for you right now. Hold on here. Not ES SPY. Bring all that down right there. So expectations for tomorrow and next week. We're gonna zoom in here. We're gonna zoom on in here. If you are a bull, your expectations for tomorrow and into next week. So this is Friday right here. Friday right there, excuse me. And then you've got next week, Monday, Friday right there. The expectation here, if you are a bull, is that you want to be, now that we've attacked this stuff right here, you ready for it? It's way up there. Way up there. You want to see price get above and begin to, believe it or not, make its way back up into end of quarter and end of month to that 460 or 472 and start to track up there. So if you're a bull, you need to see, hold on here, continuation along that path right there into end of quarter. You need to see this into the 30th. You've got the 29th right there. Can I snap a line there or no? Let me snap a line there. Please, please. Let me snap a line over here. For some reason, I'm not getting cooperation by 29th right there. And there's your target to the upside right there, 460. And to be honest, it's 472. Somewhere up there. It's way up there somewhere. 478. It's a pretty big move, right? Do I think bulls can do that move? I'm doubting it. But if you're bullish, this is your place to take along, isn't it? Until it fails, right? If you're bullish into tomorrow and if you're bullish into next week, what are you looking for here into tomorrow? You are looking for to at least squeeze this up. I don't know why, dude, I'm not getting this. You're at least trying to get to 450.32. Come back into next week, tag it this one, right? And then make the big move higher to 460 into next Friday. So this is your path. This is what you need into next week. You don't need this next week. You don't need all this. You can wait until you got another couple weeks to get up there and do what you want. But you basically are looking for that right there. You're looking for big moves here. You're looking for a retest as well. So if you're a bull tomorrow into Friday, you're looking for price to get above and hold the hourly trigger. Draw that right there for you. Hold on, let me put that over there. Watch this hourly trigger right here. So you're looking for that to hold, right? You're going to be looking for these pullbacks down here. Whoop, there's another one. Whoop, there's another one right there, right? In this general track higher. I'll even give you this. How about this? You need to get to like 456 by next Friday for continuation. Maybe have a weekday down day over here, and then blast even higher there. So, hold on here. Now, looking at tomorrow and Friday, what do bulls not want to see? Right? They do not tomorrow want to see rejection off of this, do they? Right? That is bad, bad, bad. If you're a bull and you're like, I'm too scared of that cap, I don't like that, right? I don't want to do it. Don't want to do this. I'm afraid of losing all my money, right? Then what you have to do is you have to wait tomorrow to buy and sell right up in here. So if you're going to wait, let's say you come in on Friday and you see price. If you see price above here, right, you should probably get that pullback there and then the run higher. On an intraday basis, you're looking to buy the markets above, listen closely here, above, right there, right above 445.66 tomorrow. You want to be a buyer here, and your target price above is 449.86. Tomorrow, Monday, I don't care. Somewhere tomorrow, Monday, I don't care. That's what you want. You want to erase this entire move. You want this whole move erased. You want to be like, we mean business. We're not done. We're going higher. That kind of stuff. Will you get it tomorrow? I don't know. If we fail the hourly, you know what to do. You get out of that trade. If we fail the 1 and 5 minute, you get out of the trade because it's going to take you to the hourly to retest the hourly. If you're a seller or a bear, if you are a bull and you're like, I'm waiting for this and this didn't happen, and you begin to see us reject over here, like we come up tomorrow, we start doing this nonsense on Friday, right? That's your signal that the bull run is actually done, and we're going to complete. We're going to complete the inverse head and shoulders, right? So if you're watching this right here, you see that rejection, you're going to see whoop, whoop, right? And whoop. And you'll see the finish of that correction. That's down to that 440, 438 area. In the money puts would be nice if that failure shows itself into tomorrow. So any of this failure down here, you start seeing this on Friday. You see this on Monday. Failure to get above. Failure for buyers and bulls to push higher. Demand to go up. We lose demand to go up. You start to see that stuff, and that bull thesis is going to quickly lose its luster, right? The bull thesis starts smelling like rotten eggs, and it starts to set up this larger move lower. You know, being this bearish here, I do want to give you a word of caution being this bearish here. I want to give you like a word of caution here. Even with this, like, hey, you don't have a lot of time left, right? We're going to go down here and smash this, create the inverse head and shoulders. We've got a lower high now. We're going to start rolling it down to the ends of the doom and all that kind of stuff. You should still remain bullish here. I want you to realize something here. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to delete all this right now. I'm going to delete all this right now. But I want to show you guys something that's important, okay? If you're a bull, I'm bearish here. I'm like, bulls don't have time. Like, you got to get a move on, right? So I want you to see this. Maybe if you want to snip this so you know what the price is. So right above 455, right above 455.80, you want to be a buyer, and then watch out for a recheck, right? Just like this recheck on a smaller time frame. You're going to look for another recheck on that hourly. If you see that recheck is successful, take that long. But I do want to explain something else to you guys that you might not see. And we're going to look at that right now. So we're going to scale out here and breathe for a minute. And I want you to see something else. Oftentimes when the market is rolling over, after all of the stuff that I told you to watch out for on that higher time frame, there's one other secret that you want to be paying attention to, and that is that yellow line. So this yellow line right here will follow. Watch this yellow line. This yellow line, when we are actually crashing, will follow price down. It did not do that here. It did not follow price down. And as a matter of fact, it kind of stayed higher, right? And it's actually pulling higher right now. So this did not happen, did it? Watch the yellow line. I want you to pay attention to this yellow line right here. And this is another clue if we're going to crash or not. And we're not seeing that just yet, are we? We haven't seen the yellow line come down to the orange line, okay? And price being there as well. If you see that, like if you see, let me draw this out better for you. If you see this yellow line come down and you see price come down with the yellow line and it begins to cross the orange line, it's extremely bearish. Extreme bearishness here. Okay? So if you see price coming down, the yellow line coming down, extremely bearish. Do we see that right here? We did not, did we? We saw the yellow line stay above. And the reason I'm telling you that is this. I want to show you this. I want to show you an example of what that looks like. So just right here, okay, this is the last run that we had. All right, this is a major run, even for all my bearishness. I want you to see something here, okay? We're going to start right back at the beginning here. This is the last cross. This is June of 2020, but they're all the same. They don't really change. The key point here is, did the yellow line follow price down? No. Did the yellow line follow price down there? Nope. Right? Did the yellow line follow price down here? Nope. Right? Did the yellow line follow price down there? Did the yellow line follow price down right there? No. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Where did it, though? It did right here. It did right here. This is January of 2022. So I want to also show you this. What didn't happen? What has not happened so far? Right? Pretend we're right now, and like pretend this is right now. Came down here, price didn't follow. Right? Failure to get the new high. Look familiar to you? Right? Failure to continue higher to get the new high. So what does that mean? Breaking down. But what else happened? The yellow line followed, didn't it? Right? The yellow line began to follow. See it following right there? And then the yellow line began to break through. Now, we still had another whoop back up here, but that was for liquidity to get to the downside, right? So you still even have, even amongst all this crap in here, even amongst all of this crap right here, you have a huge amount of time that it takes to be told we're bearish, right? Do you have this cross right now on the marketplace? No. And that's a major warning, right? Did you get your chance to exit the market in orderly fashion? No, right? Yeah, you're not even there yet, are you? Do we have the continued bearishness here? No. This is what's actually extremely bearish, like actual bearishness on the market. This is when things get really nasty. When you get the cross of the yellow line over the orange line, always, that is the bearish case. And if I can't show you on SPY because it doesn't go back far enough, but I'm going to show you examples of it. This is 2020. There's the cross right there. If I was on SPX, you would see the same thing in every example of every crash we've ever had since the beginning of time, the 1890s. So are we there right now? Let's look at it. Let's look at where we are right now. And do you see the yellow line crossing the orange line? No. Right? What do you need to see for extreme bear, or like, hey, man, we're going to crash the marketplace? Cap said it's possible. What would you be looking for? You'd be looking for this right here, wouldn't you? Be looking for that orange line to come up, and you'd be looking for, let's see if we can get a yellow line here. Can I get yellow? Anybody, give me a yellow. And you'd be looking for this yellow line to be dumping down below, not price, the yellow line dumping down below, rejecting right there, and then going to the downside. The yellow and orange line, and then this orange line coming over. Price underneath it. And that right there is like real true bearishness, like market crash bearishness. Danger to the market bearishness. You'll likely get me giving you a video saying, hey, daily trigger's crossed the weekly trigger and price has come underneath it. Be ready. Strap in for a major move to the downside. Like major. Like forget the 400. Maybe the bulls can save it, but if they don't, strap the fuck in. Like de-leverage yourself in the market. Do not buy anything. We're selling every single rip. You're just waiting to sell rips the entire way down. So just be conscious of that on a more macro level, that we're looking for that cross of the yellow line on the orange line. Okay, be careful with that. You need to see that, and we have not seen it yet. There's no confirmation of a market crash yet. Let me see what you guys are saying. Oh, dude, Damon Garris is here. Where's Damon Garris? So, Damon, dude, you smoked me, bro. Guess what? I'm making a T-shirt over the weekend. I'm going to wear it on Monday. Monday, I might not be here Monday, too. Monday or Tuesday, and I'm going to wear it for you for the whole fucking week until it's dirty. I'll wear it every day for the whole week. I'm going to pump your ass up. As a matter of fact, where are you at? Let me find you here. Give me a second, man. I just saw you in there. Where's Damon? Where's Damon Garris? Is he a moderator? I'm going to make that man a moderator. Where is he? I found Damon Garris. I just saw him in there. Where is that dirty dog? Let me see it. Make him a moderator. Damon Garris, you are now a moderator. Good job. You beat Captain Jim James. You are now a moderator, brother. Whoa. Hey, man. We just went down the mimic screen or something. We just went down the rabbit hole. Hey, you're welcome, brother. Congratulations. And I'm going to wear a T-shirt for you, man. Like, no fucking around. Like, you did a great job. I'm going to wear it around town, all that kind of stuff. So I appreciate it. I made you a mod, man. Good job on your call on yesterday. On yesterday's close. Dude, I ended up staying up last night. It was I lost money, dude. I tried to sell futures, didn't make enough to cover it, and I got smoked today. So what else is in here right now? So let's talk about that right now. So let's talk about where we are in the marketplace. So number one, right? We're not confirmed crash yet, are we? We're not. We don't have the yellow line crossing the orange line. We do, though, have risk of crash. We know that there's risk of crash if we fail to get a new high, right? If we fail this here, crash on board, right? We know this yellow line will follow down price this time, right? We know that the yellow line will follow. We know that we'll see something like this in the next 2 or 3 weeks, and it's going to be bad for the bulls, right? Bad for bulls. Deleverage yourself. Get the fuck out of the marketplace. Any of that kind of stuff. We also know that the bulls fail here. The same fate awaits bulls, right? We also know, though, that even if we go up there and trade 472 or 480, it's likely going to be a violent move down. Okay, so what does that leave us with? It leaves us with expect volatility, good and bad. It leaves you with, hey, before we call a crash, you want to see that cross over here. Bulls still have a little bit of time. They're in like chapter 9 page. There's like chapter 10, I guess they're in. Chapter 10, they got 20 pages left, and they're on page 10 for these moves they want to make to the upside. Okay? So just be conscious of that. If you're a seller, look towards a rejection because of, dude, why is my stuff not showing up here? What is going on with this? I'm having major issues here. Let me reload this stuff. Having some major issues here. Like wonkiness, full-on wonkiness right now. And if you're a seller, you have one more gift on your side, and I'm going to show it. I think I showed it to you earlier. That's this daily velo down here, you might get a little bit more down. Let me bring it to let me show you what the bears are doing here. Show what the bears are doing that you don't see. You see that new low right there? Like this one right here? You bulls better get these higher bars here, because if you fail tomorrow or Monday, this is going to start to grow, and you're going to see this rejection, and it's going to get nasty to the downside, like filthy nasty. Look for like 420, 420 in the end of a quarter, and then more down into October and November. 400 would be on tap for sure in the fall. And then in the springtime, you'd be looking for that 3,500 and possibly even lower than 3,500 if we start getting nasty into springtime. Hold on a second. I got to do one quick thing. Open. Hold on one second here. What's going on, Reavology? On stream now. All right, lead it on stream now. They're getting the same kind of a thing. So, can bulls go higher here? Let's talk about, can we go higher here? Is there actually potential? Is there anything pointing towards that higher high? So we're going to look towards some other leading indicators and find out if we can. Let's take a look at, we're going to take a look at HYG. We're going to take a look at a few other tickers here. We're going to look at XLF. Right? What's XLF looking like right here? So this is XLF. What is it looking like? XLF has consolidation. Right? Nice big old bull flag trying to get over its daily trigger and begin to do a monster squeeze, right? Monster squeeze. You see it? They got a bigger bull flag here. They got a smaller one right here. If XLF is able to reclaim 3440, where's that going to lead? Straight up. Straight up, right? Sitting on its, below its daily, sitting on its weekly. This is kind of it for bulls, right? Do you guys know what happens if you start to break down XLF here? Rejection on XLF. Rejects the weekly and then the monthly. We become extremely bearish to the downside. See all that big move on XLF? All gets erased. All of it. The entire move for 2023 gets erased. So right now, bulls are fighting for their lives to the upside. Right where we are today on this close, bulls fighting for their lives. We're going to look at HYG next. And what does HYG telling you? Let's check this out. So this is HYG, right? High yield, corporate bonds, ETFs. And what has it been doing? Just marching right along, right? Bam, 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 bam. And even with all this nasty down and SPY, what just happened? It's kissing its daily. And this is telling you a different story, isn't it? It's telling you that the way is higher and not lower. You see it? HYG, under this context in light, does this look like it's just getting bullish or not? Let me put it on a higher time frame and let me ask you a question. So look close at this. I want you to look at this really quick. Let's look at HYG. Okay, and let's look at HYG in a higher time frame, okay? So we've got the yellow line just crossing right here. This is risk on in the marketplace. Yellow line just crossing, and then boom, we're up and running, right? You want to see another one? Boom, right? Yellow line crosses, right? Same over here. Yellow line crossing. And what is HYG telling you? Against everything everybody else is telling you out there, what are you seeing here? You're seeing the yellow line crossing the monthly, right? We're actually becoming bullish on the marketplace. HYG is a huge risk-on ticker, right? And look at the cross right here. This cross is only in the previous middle of June telling you put money into the marketplace. Even though it looks bearish to you, it's telling you that we aren't getting the crash and it's actually going to move way higher. Has more room, more legs to go up in 2024. So that's a little bit contradictory, isn't it? If you were a bear, I'm going to give you some levels to pay attention to. If you're a seller, I want you at home to put an alert on 74.43, and then I want you to put an alert on, hold on here. I then want you to put an alert on 73.48. Why is that? If you're looking for your major roll and your major crash in the marketplace, you are going to be looking for that break below, right? And start to head down. You need HYG for that crash, don't you? You do, don't you? I can prove it to you. You needed it right here, didn't you? Needed all that, didn't you? You needed it all right there, didn't you? And something else fascinating about HYG, you might not know this, but HYG is a leading indicator for the market. It actually leads SPY. If you were to compare a chart of SPY and HYG, HYG will tell you if it's going down and the market's going up, it's telling you the market's going to roll. Not always, but often enough. And HYG will point the way that we're going either up or down before it happens. And what is it looking like right here? It's looking pretty fucking bullish, isn't it? Sorry for swearing. But this is a pretty bullish day right here, isn't it? This is telling you that the move is higher even though SPY is not showing you that price yet. Do you see that? It's telling you that price is actually going to go higher. How much higher? Let's see what our previous high was in HYG. Way up here at 75.25. What's our next target for HYG? 76 bucks. Your next target above that for HYG, 76.65. Your next target for HYG above that is 77.01. Your next target up here is 77.80. You get the picture here? I'm assuming you're getting the picture here. Probably a violent rejection right there. Another violent rejection right there. Hold on here. $79 and $80. I'm not joking you here. So, will it be a bumpy ride? You bet your ass it will. It'll be a bumpy ride the entire way. But look at what HYG is telling you. HYG does not look like market crash, does it? So there are two answers to where this market can go. This market can go higher. This market can crash and it can go higher. And HYG is telling you that everyone out there that's telling you we're going to crash, including me, is wrong. This cross right here, look at this cross right here. This big old cross right there, that one, where the daily comes above the monthly, is telling you that people out there on the news, on FinTwit, are wrong. Dead wrong. Let's look at how often we crash or we break, the yellow line breaks through the blue line and doesn't go on a run. That's a big-ass run right there, isn't it? Let's check another one. Broke below right here, right? Broke below, but as soon as we crossed over here, whoo, big old run, right? Woohoo! Whoo doggy. Got another one over here, right? What happened over here? We broke through this one right here. What happened when we recovered right here? Big run, right? Big run. That's 2011. Big run. And we're just getting started. on HYG right now. I mean, look at that. We're just getting started. So if you're a seller of the market, you need HYG to hold below $73. 73, magic number for you. If you're a market crash person, you need HYG below $73. If you are also out there consuming people's videos, people's news articles, people's shit on Bloomberg or whatever, I would direct them to HYG, because HYG is laughing in the face of what sellers are saying to you. HYG is telling you, historically, we're actually going to go higher here and not down to the downside. Let me see. Is it concerning that HYG is hanging at the lows unlike 2020 and 2008? No, we'll show you that right now. I want to show you guys something that's important. You guys are, this week, you guys are getting videos, and you're going to be getting an actual white paper that explains this concept here. But I want you guys to remember a few things. Write this down. On any chart, when you have price, yellow line, orange line, blue line, right? Let me just draw this better here. You got price, right? Then you have yellow line. Then you have orange line. Then you have blue line. That brings stability to the market. PYOB. We should come up with an acronym for that. PYOB. Price, yellow, orange, blue. And whenever we cross up there, like we are right now, see it? Price, yellow, blue, and orange just crossed, right? Orange just crossed. Matter of fact, today, and yesterday, we now have price, yellow, orange, blue. This actually is showing a stabilization of the marketplace via HYG. And I want to show you specifically that we broke the blue line already. I want you to see that. We broke down, right? Rejected and continued down. This was where we got the violence in the marketplace, right? Violence with the cross of the yellow line below the blue line. Cross of yellow over blue, we had violence. Right now, you need that yellow price and orange to cross the blue to create what? Violence. And when we actually come back up on the yellow line historically, let me go on, HYG only goes back to 2011. But if you see the cross here, right, we crossed down below the yellow line. When we come back up, it's off and running, right? There is no example of the yellow line coming down, getting new, and then rolling again. Not a single example of that happening. Not one. Not one single. So there is some evidence out there that disagrees with what you're saying. It disagrees. You see the expansion here. Maybe you're talking about this one, but look at the expansion in price on or price on HYG and price on the blue line. Still didn't get a break. There's none of that here, is there? We're just starting to recover on risk on in the marketplace. Is anyone out there telling you that? I'm going to go with nobody is telling you that. I'm going to tell you right now that there is nobody out there telling you that we have a risk on environment just starting in the stock market. We're actually just beginning to put risk on in this market. Now, if you do, I'm going to tell you this, if you're a seller, right, you want to see this right here, don't you? You want to see HYG below $73. As a matter of fact, if you're a seller, you could probably not trade this market for the next whatever, and you could set an alert on your computer at home or your phone and say, yeah, if HYG breaks $73 and holds underneath it, send me an email because I know the market's going to crash. Pretty easy thing to look at, right? Or is at risk of the market crashing below $73. And until that happens, you ain't got to crash, right? We know that. We know that there's no way the market crashes without HYG falling. That is a rule never once broken in the history of the stock market. So, no confirmation yet on a crash. HYG saying we're going higher. XLF setting up pretty nicely there, right? Like XLF is a thermometer for the stock market. That's telling you a different story. Another fascinating one for me is AMD. AMD is looking pretty bearish, right? But then again, I'm looking at AMD and I'm like, man, AMD just crossed over. They just had their crossover price squeezed up. They're coming back down to check all this stuff. They got a big old bull flag right here, right? And if they hold this to the upside, what's the measure on this? You know what it is, right? It's double. The measure is actually double, right? You get this moved here. If this holds, and if HYG is telling you that we're going up, you're going to get that move and then that move way back there. 160, one whatever, right? So AMD is telling you a different story as well to the upside. So if you're listening to me and you're a seller, you need to be watching HYG. You need to be watching XLF. These are like the undercurrents of the marketplace. We're going to look at XLK. We're going to look at XLK, XLC. And let's look at XLK. Still looking bullish to me, right? Look at XLK. Would I buy this for $1? Probably not. But it's not bearish, is it? It's a little long in the tooth. Maybe we need some rotation into something else to go higher. Maybe that's the Dow or something like that, right? Dow Jones Industrial Average to actually get that push up. Maybe we see a little bit of more weakness in tech specifically. And it got bought here and it's daily. Look at it. Just got bought. Look at that. Goddamn bulls, dude. Look at these bulls. They fucking put a green candle right here. They're just like, yeah, fuck you, we're going higher. Look at this green candle. This was today. They bought XLK. They bought it. They bought the dip today. They bought the dip. You can see it right here in this candle in XLK. This is risk on. Right? Risk on. Yesterday and the day before, so the tickers that I call out to you guys have to meet a specific threshold. They're literally the best high growth stocks you can buy. Cream of the crop. But they are so risky. And guess what everybody did the last 2 days? They bought the fuck out of them. They bought them. They were green, buy. Like just gobbling these things up. You see HYG showing you bullishness. You see XLF showing you bullishness. You see XLK right here that they bought the dip. It looks and smells to me like a major bear trap. Like a major bear trap is in store for the end of the year for these bears. So if you're a bull, you got no time. You got the setups there to go higher. There's no reason for this market not to go higher. There really isn't. And, you know, if you fuck this up, I don't know what to say to you. If you're like a bull and you fuck this up, you are like prime candidate here to moon this market to the upside. Everything is there saying it's going up. XLC, we'll take a look at that one. These are all like risk on XLC. Excuse me. Communications sector. What'd they do today? Oh, they bought the dip again, huh? They were in here buying this. Look at that crap. They're in here green, spinning top, but at the same time they bought this. This is green. They're parked just above the daily trigger. Look at it. Look at it. They're right above the daily trigger. Tried to smash it down, but still green, right? So there's some real like secret sauce here. There's some real underlying things in this market that are like, quiet. We don't want them to know that we're going higher. As you're exiting, we're going to go higher, and they're going to chase in 2 or 3 months. Reverse head and shoulders. Well, what you guys are saying. So just a heads up on all of this that there is like a secret squirrel behind the shoulder boulder holder, hidden in my ankles with a gun holster. You know, like it always ever was meme that's out there, right? Where the astronauts holding the gun behind the other astronaut's head. There is a trap here that's not looking bearish. Not looking bearish to the upside for tomorrow or for the next coming months, even though seasonally this is a really down time of the year. There is an underlying thesis for bulls that's quiet and hidden in the background. The next thing we're going to look at here is Dixie, because I know everybody loves Dixie. If you bears love Dixie, don't you? So we're going to look at Dixie right here. It's kind of odd, isn't it? What is Dixie showing? Dixie's showing bullishness here, isn't it? Let's look at Dixie. Look at Beartown. You guys remember when I drew this for you? You got Bulltown, Beartown, and Volatility Town. And where are we right now? Right up at Beartown, right? Look at that. If you're a bear out there, this is Valhalla, isn't it? This is Valhalla, right? You're coming right into a point of resistance. You got that little bad boy right there. See that? Right? You got this little bad boy right here. All these hot saucy bears, right? In Beartown right here, you got this next target, maybe slightly lower, like right there. You got another one right there, actually, but we'll draw them all in. You got another one right there, and this is bad, right? Bad. Right there, you got, and this is what a bear wants, right? This is where that risk to the market comes into place, and this is what a bear is talking about. A bear is saying to you, yeah, you know what we're going to do? We're going to squeeze up the dollar, right? And that's going to roll over HYG and be a trap for the bulls, right? This would be HYG right here, right? HYG rolls and the dollar goes higher. So what does this mean for you heading into the next quarter? What are you going to be paying attention to the next quarter? You know what you're paying attention to, right? Excuse me. You're going to see just like the bulls have to do, right? They get the roll. So what are you going to expect here for tomorrow into next week on on Dixie? You're going to expect next week, or you're going to expect a roll here, right? And then you'll see a top in equities, right? Equities will begin to roll right here, right? Equities will begin to roll over. Dixie should be trading about $1.0386. Put that on your calendar. $1.0386, $1.0465, right? And then you get a little bit of a dip, right? A little bit of a dip in the stock market. Back down right there. We're running higher, down, running higher, down, right? That's what you want, right? Something just like that. So this upcoming week, I would be looking for into Friday. If you're a bull, you want to see a roll right here. You want to see next week at some point, I guess I said 104.05 you want to defend. If you're a bear, you want to defend 104.05 right here. You want to defend that, okay? So set an alert on your own charts at home. If you still have that bearish thesis for the stonk market, you want to see 104.50 hold. If you're a bull on the stock market, what do you want to see break? You want to see 104.50 break and then continue to the downside. Another weird thing about this is HYG can continue higher as this action happens, right? But you get violence into the end of the year with something like that. So this is the bear case. If you're a bear, what you've got your targets to the you hit your first target achieved, right? Your second target on Beartown is 106.046, and your dip buy is down here at 104 and some change. It's actually a little bit higher. It's like right there. It's 104.50 right there. Right about there, you want to see that get bought. So bear case, pretty good, right? Makes HYG look like, that's kind of suspect. So if you're going to pay attention to anything into this next quarter, you are completely watching HYG and DXY. Your favorite reverse candle? You guys are fucking hilarious. Hold on a second here. Dude, why do we have Streamlabs shit going on still? Unzipping my bear suit. Hey, what's going on, Matthew Phillips? How are you, brother? Let me go see what's going on Twitch here. Okay. So we got to... Hold on one second here. Sweet. So like half the people left. I'm glad half the people left. They missed the HYG and the Dixie part. So you need to be paying attention to this HYG, Dixie, into the end of this quarter. You have no choice on this HYG and Dixie. Pay attention to those levels. If you begin to break that $75, or if you begin to break that 105, they're going to be key levels for this market if we're going higher or lower. I think we pop in early next week and then come off CPI and PPI. What is the rough time difference to SPY? I don't know what you mean. Buys or sells. Too bad TradingView does not show that XOK candle true. As hollow red, my favorite reverse candle. Dude, what is this Streamlabs shit, man? Hold on one second here. I don't know why that is still on right now. Okay, so that's all I've got for you today. Into end of the week. So tomorrow, some updates really quick. Into tomorrow. I will not be streaming tomorrow. I'm trying to get the website launched. I expect a big up day. And then into next week, I'm going to expect that we go back and actually take out 453, possibly early in the week, and then continue higher to that 460. I'm going to give the Bulls that last chance, man. They got to break down, man. I need the Bulls to break down to say to them, it's doomed. You read your book, you're over. If you're a seller, you really need that rejection you really need the rejection above at 453 at this point. You need Dixie to come back with a vengeance and trade 105.86. Like, you need to see this move right here for you to get that rollover in the spoos that you're looking for. So your target to the upside, if you're a bear, is a dip buy in 104.50 and a price target of 105.86. Oh, yeah, look at that little candle down there. Look at that little green candle down there. Look at that sexy little candle, just like, whoop, give me that little candle right there. It's like the little engine that could. Look at that little engine that could right there, just trying to muscle its way up over there. Let's look at ES really quick. You guys want some trades for ES real quick? You guys want some trades for ES? Bullish, 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 bullish. You guys want to see it? I'll show it to you for tomorrow. I actually drew it out last night too, and it came true. Actually came true. That trade came true last night. Hold on one second here. We'll try to be. We're gonna try to be. So any guys trading ES? Right there. Where's Friday at 6 a.m., 9:30? Draw that over there for you. Right there. What? Nope. Hold on. Give me a fucking thing right there. 9:30 a.m. Right there. I'm going to show you what the expectation would be. Right here. Squeeze up. Right. Break back down. Break back down. And that's likely going to get picked up at 9:30 right there. It's going to be the expectation, and you're going to expect right here. You see that? Right there in the overnight. So if you're looking for an overnight trade, I will draw this out for you. Right there. Make that green. And then do another one right there. right there. If you see at any point between today and 9:30 a.m., if you see at any point, see a break below 4-4, hold on. I'll draw. Why don't I draw this for you, and you guys take a snap of this, and you see what this looks like tomorrow morning in the overnight. If in the overnight you see a rejection at 44.6350, look out, because we will retest this low right down here by open. So if you see any kind of rejection up here, if you see this, hold on there. Close that up. If you see any kind of rejection above, and you see this start to sell down in the overnight, sellers step in right here. Right on this 44.6350, we will open right here, 44.80, 44.80. We'll end up opening tomorrow at 44.475. So keep your eyes on this in the overnight. This should give you plenty of shit to play with into tomorrow. And then probably around, that's the end of the day there and Sunday. Yeah, that's the trade for tomorrow right there. So there you go, right there. There's your trade for tomorrow. You might not get that high. You'd be lucky. You might get here and bounce around in the middle of the night. Fuck around in the middle of the night. Wait for a low at 9:30 in the morning, and then bam. We got a little bit of news in the morning too, so maybe we're weak into the open tomorrow. I bought calls. I've got calls for tomorrow. I own 448C 300 contracts for tomorrow. Good question. Good question. I own 300 of those fucking things. 22 cents. I think that's I don't know what that is. $6,300 or something like that. All right. Any questions? Now, all right. Hold on. Well, before we get into the website, is there any questions between today, tomorrow,